to the podium, and there are two teleprompters there.
Thanks to all of you for coming here today.
He starts his speech, but he's just not good at this yet. And so his head's turning from one teleprompter to the next, and he gave the whole speech going like this.
Our plan will help restart the flow of credit. It will help clean up and strengthen our banks.
At that point, Geithner had never given a national press conference. This was the country's first view of this guy who was, put in place to rescue the country from this crisis.
Geithner was very inexperienced before, the public eye. Before he became Treasury Secretary, had never once appeared on television.
Geithner looked like he was about 12 years old. He is not a good public speaker, and he just seemed like he wasn't ready for prime time.
First, we're going to require banking institutions
계획의 핵심은 스트레스 테스트라는 것이었다.
comprehensive stress test. This borrows the medical term. We want their balance sheets cleaner and stronger, and we're going to help this process by providing a new program of capital support for those institutions that need it.
정부가 스트레스 테스트를 통해 거대 은행들의 건강을 점검하고 필요하다면 최악의 상황에 있는 은행들을 구제한다는 것이 요지다.
They're going to go through and get some hard data, make as much of it as public as possible, and it'll be a confidence-building exercise for the banks.
Too often added to public anxiety.
하지만 많은 사람들이 가이트너의 계획을 불충분하다고 여겼다.
It's a pretty bad flaw. Every cable network is showing the Dow just collapsing hundreds of points as he's speaking.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
He gives his speech, he turns and walks away. And you could tell even the VIPs, Ben Bernanke and everyone else are, okay, well, I guess we leave now. There was a little bit of clapping, and it's over.
The market responds by dropping almost 400 points the day he announces it. Over 4% it drops that day.
This is the guy who's going to be our Secretary of the Treasury.
It did not go as well as anyone had hoped.
가이트너의 발표 이후로 금융시장은 10년 만에 최저치를 기록했고 계속 추락했다.
The new Treasury Secretary.
Understand it well enough to explain it to the rest of us.
The markets reacted in a way that none of us would have hoped. Expectations got way out of control. We shouldn't have let that happen, frankly.
새 정부가 들어서고 3주 만에 오바마는 젊은 재무장관을 교체하라는 압박을 받았다.
There was instantly chatter in Washington. How long would he last? Is he going to be the first one out the door? Is Obama going to have to find somebody else?
People start saying that this guy is in over his head and is just not the right guy for the job.
Everybody's calling for blood, right? They want the sacrificial lamb, and it's going to be Geithner.
배중은 월가에 분노했다. 리먼 브라더스의 리처드 폴드 같은 CEO들에게 화살이 집중됐다.
Growing backlash against Wall Street. It's a frustration with the economy. It's anger from the U.S. public toward bankers.
미국 전역의 도시에서 시위가 일어났다.
Frustration with financial bigwigs.
시카고에서는 뱅크 오브 아메리카의 CEO인 켄 루이스가 악당이었다. 워싱턴에서는 월가와 긴급 구제에 대한 반발로 분노가 극에 달했다. 시민들만 분노한 것이 아니었다. 의회는 대중의 분노에 응답해 거대 은행의 수장들을 소환했다. 백악관에서는 국민의 분노가 머지않아 대통령에게 향할 것을 우려했고 CEO 한 명을 본보기로 징계하고자 했다.
David Axelrod, Obama's top political advisor, very much wanted some scalps. Robert Gibbs, who was the press secretary but also a very senior political aide, wanted scalps. And even Larry Summers thought there should be a scalp. And that was when the talk drifted toward, do you fire, the CEO of Bank of America?
서머스와 정치팀은 켄 루이스 같은 CEO가 일자리를 잃어야 할 때가 왔다고 생각했다. 은행과 국민들에게 금융위기의 책임자들이 대가를 치를 거라는 메시지가 될 터였다.
Summers thought that maybe they needed to have a change in management, at least one bank, and that they needed to send a signal that poor performance was going to lead to consequences.
Royal Bank of Scotland is almost twice as big as Citigroup. You know what the British government did? They took it over and they fired the CEO. Guess what? When we had the problem with the car dealers, the car companies, we went out there, we fired the CEO. Why do we not fire the CEO of some of these companies that got into terrible trouble?
오바마에게는 과감한 행보가 됐겠지만 히모시 가이트너가 이를 반대했다. 그는 이런 가혹한 심판에 참여하지 않겠다고 했다.
Geithner didn't want to do it because it would kind of create this risk. It would create this conception that the government was going to come in and mess with these banks and that would frighten off private investors.
가이트너는 금융계가 여전히 취약하다고 믿었다.
This notion that the financial system was so fragile that you couldn't do anything that might hurt confidence, it becomes very formative and very important to understanding Geithner. He is very afraid to do anything to roil the market and to create fear. It becomes this very delicate, let's tiptoe around the situation.
가이트너는 은행들을 위독한 환자로 생각했고 의료의 기본 원칙을 적용하는 데 전념했다.
The first rule is to borrow from medicine, the Hippocratic Oath. First, do no harm. And there were a lot of ideas out there, frankly, that some of us thought might do harm.
가이트너는 지금은 월가를 개혁할 때가 아니라고 주장했지만 백악관 내부에 강력한 맞수가 있었다. 바로 로렌스 서머스였다.
The hard part about Larry Summers is, A, Larry Summers wanted to be Treasury Secretary. Still acts, in some cases, depending on who you talk to, like he's Treasury Secretary.
Summers is very smart, very experienced, and has very sharp elbows.
존경받는 경제학자인 서머스는 월가가 근본적으로 망가졌으며 공격적인 개혁이 필요하다고 믿었다.
He thought that there was perhaps trillions of dollars in losses and that, you were going to need to do something really bold and aggressive to solve that problem.
그에겐 대담한 계획이 있었다.
He wants to restructure the major too big to fail banks.
서머스는 그런 은행 중 적어도 한 곳이라도 해체하기를 원했다.
Larry says, what if we don't bail out these institutions? What if we restructure them? There's going to be blood on Wall Street, a lot of it. Wall Street won't exist the way it has existed up to now. It's going to be restructured.
서머스는 소위 망하기엔 너무 크다는 시티은행, 웰스파고, 뱅크 오브 아메리카 같은 신종 초대형 은행들의 관심을 가졌다.
They bought and bought and bought, and they would buy one bank, and then they'd buy another bank and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And even if they got bought by someone else, they were the ones who ended up taking over the show.
하지만 이 은행들은 너무 크고 서로 연결돼 있어 도산은 경제 붕괴로 이어질 수도 있기 때문에 미 정부는 이들을 위기에서 구제할 필요를 느꼈다. 망하기엔 너무 커진 것이다.
The financial system is too dependent on them. And therefore, the taxpayers, we have in effect decided that we will not allow them to fail.
서머스는 그런 거대 은행들 중 일부가 하산 직전에 있을지도 모른다고 생각했다. 뭔가 극적인 조치를 취해야 할 때였다.
His thought was, well, we need to take over, to shut down, to nationalize the weakest of the banks. And A, that would set a good example. Wall Street would see that if you gamble with your own fortunes, if you gamble with the country's fortunes and you fail, you're going to get shut down. You're going to lose. That's supposed to be one of the basic lessons of capitalism.
서머스에겐 막강한 동맹인 크리스티나 로머가 있었다. 오바마의 수석 고문으로 뽑힌 버클리의 경제학자다.
Larry Summers and I were both on the side of we need a more definitive cleanup of the financial system. And the question was, if somebody, really wasn't solvent, do you need the government to put in capital, realize the losses, clean it up, and then put it back into private hands?
하지만 가이트너는 동의하지 않았다. 그는 서머스가 취약한 은행들을 놓고 불장난을 한다고 생각했다.
If you're going to take over one of these institutions, that's like pushing a boulder down a hill. You have to make sure that you have enough firepower to stop that boulder from rolling all the way down.
(3월 15일) 대통령을 비롯해 모두가 모인 자리에서 서머스와 가이트너의 결전이 벌어졌다.
It was an extraordinary meeting. It was literally a 6-hour murder board in which you had the President of the United States, sometimes aided by Larry Summers, really asking the hardest questions, raising every criticism that was being raised from the outside.
서머스와 그의 동맹들은 가이트너의 계획이 적극적이지 못하다고 주장했다.
The stress tests are a part of a confidence game. Many people in the administration and out of the administration were worried that the stresses that the system would be put through were not real stresses.
I was one who was critical of the stress test and worried that the scale was going to be tilted in a way that you'd get the result you want. It's not that hard to cook a stress test and make it look like you're in much better shape than you are.
가이트너는 물러서지 않았다.
Tim says the stress tests are enough, it's real action. Summers says no, it's not. It's watchful waiting. Tim is livid. It's not watchful waiting. It's not just waiting around. It's real. And Larry said, what you're doing is not action that's needed. You need to pull off the Band-Aid.
티모시 가이트너는 몇 시간 동안 대통령이 보는 앞에서 로렌스 서머스에게 맞섰다.
The secretary just kept methodically but clearly making the case that the plan we had laid out had the best chance of success with the least downside risk. And he just, every time someone would raise another point, he would just, again, go through it.
오바마는 귀를 기울였다. 은행을 인수해야 할 것인지, 가이트너의 스트레스 테스트가 최선의 방법인지 일단은 듣고만 있었다.
The economy, this is what free fall feels like.
When will the recession end?
2주 후 거대 은행의 CEO들이 백악관에 소집됐다.
After leveling some very harsh words in bank.
대통령이 만남을 원했다.
Looking for accountability from the nation's banking leaders, today President Obama is meeting with CEOs of some of the nation's
13 bankers were called into a room to meet with the President of the United States. They were told that they were going to be chastised, that this was going to be the opportunity for the president to vent the public's anger.
은행가들은 극적인 개혁을 강요당할까 봐 두려워했다. 거대 은행에 대한 금지법, 간부들에 대한 연봉 제한, 빈곤한 주택 소유자에 대한 모기지 차환 등을 예상할 수 있었다.
Walking into that meeting, these guys have not been this nervous since they're in nursery school. They're ultimately powerful sovereign men atop their institutions, but now they know that they really could get whacked.
Let's roll, guys.
서머스의 엄중한 심판과 가이트너의 신중한 장려책 중 어떤 것이 기다리고 있을지 아무도 몰랐다. 이제 대통령의 생각을 알게 될 것이다.
Obama comes in and he's all business.
인사말들이 오갔고 대통령이 먼저 입을 열었다.
The president made it pretty clear when he talked to us, we're between you and the pitchforks, guys, and